Happy Friday and welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. Thrilled to have you with us. I'm your host, Monica Adams, and we haven't done this in a while. We are coming to you live from the gym in my basement. Yes, we've got a full-blown gym down here, as many of my clients, of course, know. But we haven't had a chance to do Monica's motivational moments in a while. And I know a lot of you have said, hey, I need a little help, especially now, February 21st. I've been in the gym industry for a long, long time, since 1999, and this is when we always see people start to drop off. You made those New Year's resolutions, you swore this was your year, and then you started to drop off. Well, we're going to keep you on point today. You're going to get motivation, not one trainer, but from two trainers. I am super excited to introduce you to Corey Lewis from Xtra Mile Fitness. He's going to be on with us. We're going to talk about a lot of things, including how he's going to be a part of our 500th celebration week, which is coming up for you in less than 2 weeks. It's going to be a blast. The week of March 3rd, we've got a lot of celebrating to do. And you know, I got to tie my fitness in, and fashion and fun, and of course, motivation and positivity and inspiration. So do me a favor, start sharing this with your followers or send text, tell your friends and family. This might be the day that they really want to watch on whatever platform works for you. Facebook, LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, X, Rumble, Instagram. Everybody's starting to wake up and getting ready to get motivated. What else do you need in your day? You need to know if all that crazy cold weather is out of the way. Well, what the heck's been going on? It's our What the Weather segment with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore.
Good evening and welcome into this new More Weather Forecast video. My name is Beck Moore and I'm back. And I will see you soon with more weather.
He'll see you right now. There he is. Good morning, Beckett.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm better that I know that you're going to have a warmer forecast for me.
Yes, we are. It's going to get warmer.
Are you excited about the change? Because I know you're a snow-loving kid, but I think it's time, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, we're heading into late February. It doesn't look like we have many chances for more snow. It might as well get warm.
Absolutely. So I think a lot of people are going to be happy to hear that and happy to see your forecast. So it's almost going to be like a shock to the system, though, because we've gone from single digits and minus 15, 16, 17 wind chills to all of a sudden talking about 60-degree weather, right? It's such a shock to the system.
Exactly. The high tomorrow is actually going to be the low on Sunday. So that's just how crazy it's going to be.
All right. You have any plans for the weekend?
Well, I have a Scholar Bowl tournament, which is like trivia that I do with my school.
Awesome.
And then I'm probably going to practice for golf.
Fantastic. We're ready for golf. Did you do any snow golf?
No.
So for those of you that are new to the show, by the way, and you don't know Beckett Moore, you can follow him on X, formerly Twitter, as well as YouTube, and he's keeping a lot of people safe. I know the other day you had mentioned that you were a little under the weather. Are you okay? You feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, as we get into the weekend and get into next week, and then we're going to be talking about March 1st. I can't believe that March is almost already here. It came roaring in like a lion. It's going to go out maybe like a lamb. We'll find out. Beckett, take it away.
All right, so looking at the current conditions right now, we got a temperature of around 6 degrees, wind out of the west-southwest at 5 miles per hour, and dew point in the negatives. It is very dry here in St. Louis. Now looking at the hour-by-hour forecast, warming up only to get into the mid-20s, but should get around 30 for our high today, but still going to be in the single digits all the way through 9 o'clock. Now looking at tonight's forecast, again, in the upper 20s as we head towards 5 p.m. and sunny skies, and then head towards 8 or 10 is still going to be sunny. So no rain or snow or anything like that. But if you do have any plans, make sure to grab your jacket, maybe even your heavy jacket. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, we are going to get into the upper 30s, which is a lot better than what we've been dealing with. So 8 a.m., 20 sunny. Keep that sunshine throughout the day. And again, getting into the upper 20s by the late afternoon. Now, looking at the 6 to 10 day outlook, so this is 6 to 10 days from now, we are expecting slightly above average temperatures here in St. Louis. So that's going to be around 50 degrees here in St. Louis for highs, which of course is a lot better than what we've been dealing with those 20s for highs. I don't see that here for the next 2 weeks here in the St. Louis area. And then looking at the 7-day forecast here, finally, again, today we got a high of around 30, low tonight around 18, sunny skies, and we keep that sunshine all the way through early next week, all the way through Tuesday. Again, tomorrow high around 40 there in the upper 30s, low of 27. Sunday really warming up, getting into the 50s, a little bit above average, and again, low of 38. Our high again on Saturday is 39, so about the same there. Pretty crazy the difference and how fast it's changing. And then looking Monday, Tuesday, getting into the 60s, that is around 10 degrees above average for your highs, lows in the 40s, and then continuing around average, even above average as we head towards Wednesday, rain chance, and Thursday as well.
Absolutely crazy, up and down and up and down. But not only am I happy that we're getting out of the colder weather, I'm hoping that we're going to stop talking about people getting the flu and all the other viruses.
I know, it's been crazy.
It really has. Well, thank you again for what you do for us. I hope you have a fantastic weekend getting ready for golf. That means warmer weather ahead. And then we'll talk to you again on Monday.
You too. Sounds good.
All right, that's aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. Isn't he great? Diane was over on Instagram saying good morning to Beckett. Always feel free to drop any comments in. Thank him for what he does. Ask him any questions, by the way, or if there's anything that you want him to talk about. Maybe you want him to forecast of what's happening for spring and looking into summer. Obviously, it's far away, but sometimes we are able to do that. So we can kind of ask him maybe in next week if he's thinking that spring's going to be able to get here and stay here. So we'll talk about that. Good morning to all of you. All right. Did you stay up late? Did you get a chance to watch it? Or maybe you don't want to hear this. Canada beat Team USA on Connor McDavid's overtime goal in a Four Nations face-off championship thriller. Yeah, it went to overtime and Canada beat USA 3-2. You know, they were licking their wounds from the other day. I'm hoping, because I didn't get a chance to see it, if you did watch it, tell me that they didn't boo during the national anthem again like they did the other day. To me, that's poor. It can't say sportsmanship, right? So it's more so in the fans that they need to be a little bit more respectful. So, you know, we sing the Canadian national anthem, or at least sit there and appreciate it, and then sing the, U.S. national anthem. But yeah, I didn't like hearing that the other day. I'm hoping that didn't happen last night. Here's another great story of a woman who's telling us what we need to do to live longer. And she says, drink your milk. Really? A 104-year-old woman sharing her tips for a long-lasting life. And we always hear different things. Well, this particular woman who is in Illinois, she marked a major milestone. Her name is Doris. She was born in February of 1921. And she spent most of her life before retiring with her husband. She's now lived in Rockford, Illinois for 12 years. And at the nursing home, she regularly participates in, you ready for this? I love this for what we're talking about today. Total body strength training. That's right. At 104 years old, you go, Doris. She says she lifts dumbbells. She does what's so very important with our seniors, cognitive exercises to keep her mind sharp. And she had a party on Wednesday and shared advice for longevity. She said, drink your milk, ready for this, and behave yourself. She said, I was always told I would live to this age because I was born on a farm and I drank milk directly from a cow. And I love this. This is a quote from her. By golly, it stuck with me all these years and I'm very happy about it. Don't you just want to give her a hug? I just absolutely love her. But we've been talking about people who are living longer, talking about people who are in marriages because what? Their heart's happy, right? Living a good marriage and they're having 70, 75, 80-year marriages, which is just mind-blowing to me, right? We're coming up on 10 and I'm happy about that, but way to go for all of you that are giving us the information of what we need to be happier and to be fulfilled and to living longer. Also, congratulations to our St. Louis Science Center getting named the best planetarium in USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards. Haven't been there in a while. I know they were closed the other day with the weather, but yeah, take your team. USA Today announced that the Science Center finished #1 in the best planetarium category and in the top 5 of 2 other categories in the top 10 best Reader's Choice Awards. In addition to finishing at #1, the center was named #2 for best free museum and #5 as the best science museum. Again, I think living here sometimes, don't we kind of take things for granted, which we absolutely shouldn't. So if you haven't been in a while, as I mentioned, maybe you take your team at work, you do some team building or take your entire family and go to that. But yeah, congratulations to them. And then this is so exciting. This girl, I should say, that was born premature. She finally left the hospital. Are you ready for this? After 18 months. 546 days in the hospital. Georgia heading home. She was premature at only 24 weeks. She's lived her first 18 months of life at Mercy's Children's Hospital. When she was born, she weighed just over a pound. And now she weighs 25 pounds. When she left the hospital, staff lined the hallway and cheered as she made her exit. There is a fundraiser that's been set up to raise money, and I'm going to grab that link. I will give that to Michelle, and she'll drop it in moderation for you because we want to help her continue this beautiful life. Ready for St. Louis City SC? I know I am, and I love the fact that it's going to get a little warmer, so you're not sitting in snow and all bundled up trying to watch them. It will be a little bit cold, though. It's tomorrow night. St. Louis City SC kicking off their third season with a home match against the Colorado Rapids, and you'll be going, by the way, with a new named park, Energizer Park now, right? A new coach, a new roster, all across the board, newness, and I hope a fantastic season. All right, the National Day of calendar, we were looking at things that are going on today, and it is National Boiled Peanuts Day. I'm sorry, that doesn't even sound good to me. National Grain-Free Day. That'll be interesting. I will talk to my guest what he thinks about, again, there's all these people talking about, oh, I don't want to have carbohydrates. Really? Oh, that gives us fuel, folks. But grain-free, it's an interesting topic. National Sticky Bun Day and National Caregivers Day is always the third Friday, by the way, in February. What will we do without those incredible people that take care, whether it's seniors or maybe you're taking care of a young child? And the Blues are in action tomorrow night. I'm actually going to that game. Looking forward to that. They will be playing against the Jets. All right, there you go. So some news you can use. You're all caught up in sports news as well. And now we're going to get into motivation. I know a lot of you say, oh, I love these. I saw Kathleen earlier say, I love motivational moments with Monica. Fantastic. Then do me a favor, start telling your family and friends to sign on if they aren't yet. We're going to give you a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk with a trainer who's extremely passionate and doing really well, not just here, but he's also mentoring other gyms. Like, how do they stay open? How do they keep going? Also want to talk about what he recently did with other gyms, raising money for children in Haiti, and the community that he has formed in the Fenton area. We're also going to talk about how he's going to be involved in our big 500th celebration, which we are so excited for. I can't wait to tell you all about that. So Corey Lewis, who is with Xtra Mile Fitness, joins me when we return.
What's up, y'all? Steve Ewing over here, and I'm hanging out with Monica Adams on the Monica Adams Show. It was awesome to be able to come in here, talk about what we do, and really kind of have some positive things to say about our city, about St. Louis, all the really cool things happening here. Such a great environment here, and I love her energy, and I love the energy she puts into telling these stories about the really cool things happening in our city. Thanks, Monica, for having me on the show. This was amazing. I get to talk about all my good stuff, and you get to give them that energy, which I love. So thank you very much.
Well, you are very welcome, Stephen. Thank you. By the way, I want to let you know about some of the things we have coming up. A live broadcast in Kirkwood on March 5th with Jen Manus. Cannot wait to be there with you. Even if you can't stay for the broadcast, but you can stop by real quick and you can grab a smoothie or maybe some fresh juice or a bowl or a avocado toast, all these amazing things. Go to hellojuiceandsmoothie.com. That's their website to just be tantalized by the incredible food they have. And they are part of our 500th celebration. We cannot wait for that. I've been telling you all about the bowls that I love. They have two locations. One's in the Grove, but we're going to be at the Kirkwood location, and it's going to be amazing. So plan to be there. Again, that'll be the Wednesday celebration on March 5th at 9 a.m. Okay, welcome back. We are excited to have not one, but two trainers to motivate you today. We didn't even do this, but we kind of planned. We're blending our colors. So Corey Lewis. Corey is the owner of Xtra Mile Fitness in Fenton, and he's at the gym today. I'm in my home gym, and I'm going to have you give me maybe one, maybe two exercises that we can help people with today. Instead of me doing it, we're going to do it together, and then we're going to work out with Corey as well, coming up in less than 2 weeks. But first of all, thank you for joining us. You know your crew's working hard in the background, right?
Good morning. Thanks for having us. Yes, we got a good group working right now in the back.
How many people do you have there?
Right now this is our 6:30 class, and we have just 8 people.
8 people, and are they working hard, or do they need to work a little harder, Corey?
They're working hard. So this week we actually tested one of our core lifts, the deadlift.
Uh-huh.
And so there was a lot of hoot and hollering earlier, several personal bests today, which we like to see.
I want to hear them cheer. Ask them how excited they are this morning.
Let me see if I can. Hey, Jeff, she wants to hear you guys cheer. Can we get loud? She wants to hear that cheer. You get a PR, right?
There we go.
There we go.
All right. If you're just tuning in, again, as I mentioned, Corey is my guest. We're going to give you a little background on Corey and his passion. And, a lot of people always, they look at a trainer, Corey, and they always go, oh, well, you've never had a problem in your life. You've always been athletic. I was reading your story, and that's not the case. Yes, you are very driven and in great shape right now, but you had someone who didn't believe in you at a young age and told you that you would never be able to do a pull-up, that you were going to be on the sidelines just watching, which that just, for so many things that are happening to someone when they are young, that can just completely tear them apart. So I put that on there. Let them watch what you've become and believe in yourself. So can you tell us a little bit more about that story? I think it was powerful.
Absolutely. So growing up, I was always overweight. I was athletic, but still not the ideal condition. In 6th grade, I was over 200 pounds. And most of us go through in the elementary school, you have the presidential test of pull-ups and things like that. I just couldn't do. And I always had people that did support me, but also just the people that didn't believe in me always kind of motivated me and inspires me today. That's where I got my start with fitness, is helping kids live a healthier life. So I've always had a passion for giving back to people, just like people did to me when I was younger. We actually have a young man here that battles depression, got bullied in school, and through fitness and support of our community, I'm really proud to see where he's come, just the boost in his confidence. And I can relate a lot to that, since, even as much as in the last 8 to 10 years, I was 260 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely can relate to people that have had ups and downs on their journey, and try to inspire them, and also just try to give them guidance and extend a hand to help them.
I absolutely love that. And I wanted you to tell that story because people can look at you now and go, oh, he's in great shape. He probably always has been. He doesn't understand me, right? He doesn't understand my walk of life. The other thing I love is I was looking through pictures and pictures late into the evening last night. We've got some beautiful pictures that we're going to show. This community that you have built at Xtra Mile Fitness in Fenton is all walks of life. Yesterday, Corey and I were talking about how young to how old, and how I'm sure everybody in your community lifts each other up. So you want to tell them the range?
Absolutely. So our youngest is 7. Our oldest is a 93 young lady that comes in and works with one of our coaches. And the cool part is no matter which program you're in or where you're at on your journey, from myself to our coaches to our members, our goal is to lift people up. And we understand everyone's in a different chapter of their journey. So no matter if you're walking in for the first time, or if you've been working out your entire life, we want to extend a hand, support you, because we understand everybody's background's different. And the big thing we pride ourselves on is that when you come in our doors, it's going to be the best hour of your day. We lift you up if you had a bad day at work, and we just want to see you keep moving and keep winning at life.
Looking at these pictures, and again, I want you to tell everybody the background of your dream and how you got bit by the bug, how you wanted to open your own gym, and how much it's grown. You just celebrated, your 13th year?
Yep, January marks 13 years. Some of those pictures you showed were from our original facility here in Fenton. We started in a 4,000 square foot facility, a small team of 2 coaches, and now we are in a 12,000 square foot facility just up the street. I've got 4 full-time coaches and then 9 part-time coaches that are changing lives on a daily basis.
Absolutely. So tell me about the people who have always been intimidated to walk into any type of gym, first of all, Corey, but when they think of the word or they hear of the community, CrossFit, first of all, what's CrossFit? And I'm guessing it has to be somebody who's really, really in shape, because I couldn't possibly do that.
Absolutely not. So the big thing we do is we do build around that community, and we specialize in coaching. So no matter where you're at on the journey, we have people that come in here. One of the gentlemen you showed in that picture earlier he didn't start working out till in his mid 60s. He's a busy professional, wanted to finally invest in himself. and we're able to guide them. And the cool thing that we're able to do is meet everyone where they're at, and eliminate that intimidation factor through the way we start new clients and new members. We try to take away that intimidation, because we never want that to be the hurdle that prevents someone from changing their lives. We want to make that easy, intimidation free. And the smiling faces when you walk in always eases the burden on everybody.
Right? Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, again, we're talking gym to gym. Corey Lewis with Xtra Mile Fitness is with me, and you're going to see him again coming up in about a week and a half. He and I literally just met, but I could feel his infectious personality and his passion for the business, which is what I absolutely loved. And I was like, you know what? We got to bring fitness into my 500th week. So why don't we do this? So I started talking to some of my clients. Did you get a chance to talk to your community about what would be best? Because I've got some of them are weighing in saying 6:30 in the morning. Some of them are saying 9 a.m. I'm like,
Yep.
come on, we got to pick something.
Our 6:30 has been very vocal. They want you here at this time. So, and they're definitely a high energy group for this early in the morning.
Well, okay, we like energy. I mean, anybody who knows me, I'm like bouncing on. This is how I am. I wake up, I don't do caffeine, and I'm like this all day long. I bet you are as well.
Absolutely. And then we have one of our ambassadors is in here, and he brings the energy on a daily basis. So it'll be a good time.
I love it. Well, we'll let you all know for sure. Again, we are going to talk about kicking off 500 celebration on Tuesday, March 4th. And we want you to come out and try this out and be with the community, work out with us. One of the things, Corey, that I want you to explain to them is the introduction. You have a no sweat assessment, right? Tell them what that is.
So one big thing we noticed years ago in the fitness industry is like the big thing is to have people come in and get thrown right into workouts. And we feel that's a massive fear for a lot of people is they don't want to fail in front of others. They've never worked out. So we've eliminated that speed bump. Yep. Anyone that wants to join our community or get help from our coaches, we have them come in for a no sweat intro where we have just a conversation with them. We want to learn people's goals so that we can guide them better. We're big on meeting with our clients, no matter if you work with us one-on-one or in our large group. We meet with our clients on a regular basis, help them set goals, help them overcome speed bumps to getting to those goals. So we're very hands-on, and that starts with that introductory where we sit down, have a conversation. For me, I love it because it allows people the safe space to really open up. Because as you probably know, like a lot of people battle with weight or health their entire lives, and it's an emotional hurdle that we want to see people that continue to work towards better, and we want to make sure we're providing a safe place that no one just gives up and throws in the towel. Because as you were talking earlier, the 104-year-old lady, like I've seen studies that some people think that the first person to be 150 is alive today, and we want to help people get there. I want people to live a long, healthy, and not only a long life, but like when they're like our 93-year-old inspires me. Yeah. She still drives herself. She still hikes. She's still active. Like I want people thriving for many, many years to come.
Absolutely. I was telling Corey yesterday that I have a client who's now 72, and I just love the fact that she was empowered to, first of all, she said she was a little nervous because she thought, okay, I'm going to be training with a bunch of younger people. They'll probably be in their 30s. No one ever knows what is the age, what's the demographic, right, that they're getting ready to go into small group training or if they were going into a class. But she was 69 at the time, and she said, Monica, I heard you're a great trainer. I want to reach out and ask you if by chance you would take me on, but I don't want to be trained like a 70-year-old. And it was like the best comment. I'm sure you've probably gotten that with clients as well.
Yep, we have a similar story. One of the pictures you showed earlier, Kathy started with us when she was 70. She works, that lady right there, she works with our head PT coach, and she's a fire plug every time she's in, and she provides entertainment for all of us and works harder than most young people do. So it's awesome to see and inspiring for all of us.
Is this the client that you were telling me about that's been with you from the beginning?
That is not. So okay. We actually have one lady named Pam that she started with me out of another gym when I subleased back in 2007. And she's a regular at our 9 a.m. class. She's now retired from her full-time career, but she's been a staple. And that's what gives me the most pride is we have a lot of members that have been with us 10 years. And I think that's what molds our community is they're the first ones to walk up to someone new and welcome them and encourage them. And you'll notice when you walk in our doors, a lot of our members walk side by side with new members. Yep. Because they've all been in the same boat. They've battled the same battles. And it's throughout our community, and my coach is doing a phenomenal job of leading the way.
Yeah.
Of let's extend a hand to everyone and help everyone, live a better life.
Absolutely. Okay, if you're just tuning in, Corey Lewis, who owns Xtra Mile Fitness, you want to give them exactly where you are located. Tell them where's the best social channels to follow you and your website. Then we're going to take a break, and I want you and I to think of an exercise that bonds the community together, right? I don't want to do something that people are at home going, "Whoa, see, I can't do that." I just
Yep.
want to let's give them a core exercise. And then all the ladies are saying that they want to do something to get rid of their saddlebags. So those two things, right? But first of all, give them everywhere they can follow you.
Absolutely. So our Xtra Mile Fitness is on Facebook and Instagram. We post a lot on there. Also, my personal channel, Corey Lewis, is on there. And then our website is our best way to communicate with us, xm.fitness. And we can even link up our YouTube. We're a big believer in changing our entire community inside our walls and outside. So we actually partner with a lot of local professionals, local businesses to spread knowledge. And so there's a lot of videos on there with our chiropractic partners, personal or physical therapy partners, because we understand not everyone can come work out with us. And we still want to extend a hand to everyone and give them the tools needed to be healthy and successful.
Absolutely. And again, he's doing that and he's got a passion for it, not just here. I'm going to talk also in the next half hour about how Corey mentors other gyms because he wants them to thrive. I mean, that's the thing. You could have this ego mindset of whatever, I don't care what you're all doing. I'm doing this. I'm going to thrive. But that's not him. He's got this amazing heart. I also want to talk about, because I just got to chill. You are going to help me with this, Corey, and you don't even know where I'm going with this. But I saw something on your personal Instagram page last night, and it has to do with a crash that you had, a wake up in life. That, right? So I'm going to have him discuss that, and then we're going to motivate you. We're going to give you a couple of exercises. So when we come back, Corey, what do they need? What do they need for the core exercise and for the saddlebag? Do they need anything, or are we going to do body weight resistance?
I say we could start with body weight. If we could have them, if they need like a chair or something to sit on, we could start with like a squat and go from there.
Okay, let's do that. So all you need is something to put your booty on. That's what you'll do. Okay, we'll be back with Corey Lewis, Xtra Mile Fitness, and a little motivation for you on a Friday morning.
Create beautiful gardens and landscaped areas with everything you need at Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist. A great selection of outdoor and indoor plants, gardening items, landscape materials, lawn and garden equipment, and much more. Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist.
We are super excited to be with Hoffman Hillerman, with their potting bar private classes that they have for two, and just learning how to get that green thumb, which so many people say that they don't have. We're going to have a mobile Monica coming up on March 26th. It's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have a blast. We're going to sit down. They're going to give us a lot of education, learning what we need to make our gardens a little bit more beautiful for spring and for summer. Again, mobile Monica coming up on March 26th.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Well, thank you. And we did it right here, by the way. I would spin around. You've all seen it in the past, though. For 2 years straight, I did Monica's motivational moments for you right here in this gym when none of us could leave our homes. You remember that time? We want to forget that time, don't we? That was during the pandemic, but it allowed you to understand that you don't have to stop moving. So I just went to the break. We're visiting with Corey Lewis, who owns Xtra Mile Fitness. And that was the thing that I wanted everybody to always understand was, no, you can't get to your gym right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't do anything. So let's show you what you can do. So Corey and I are going to show you some exercises to help with your core, to help with your lower body, etc. So Xtra Mile Fitness can be the place that maybe keeps you going, and it's a community that will help you. Before we do that, here's the thing I love. So we're looking at Corey, and going through his own workouts and being proud. And hey, we're going to talk about this wonderful thing that he just did for 24 hours straight. But I also love the fact that you talk about balance. So I put on here to earn it and to have balance in life. What does that mean to you? Teaching that to other people.
Yep. So we're big on sustainability and avoiding extremes here. You've probably seen it in the health and fitness industry, the go extreme one direction to fall back the other direction.
Yeah.
So we're big on people, from nutrition to fitness is A, do things you enjoy, and B, find something that's sustainable. We don't want to ever go to an extreme. We believe in, like, on the nutrition side, the 80-20 rule. If we can have a healthy plate and make really good choices 80% of the time, we want to live life and enjoy it in moderation the other 20% of the time. So we believe that the normal person can live a very healthy, sustainable life, disease-free, doing those things. And same thing with fitness. We don't need to kill ourselves every day in the gym. We do a lot of walks here. You'll see people in a minute start walking around the gym. They walk after class. And, we just want to start movement. If you've never worked out before, you don't need to dive headfirst into 7 days a week.
Right.
Just start by adding in steps every day, getting in walks. And then we can build on that to add in strength training, add in cardio. But we like for people to think of it as a lifelong journey. We don't need to yes, we want to see change, but we can see change sustainably for the long haul. We don't need to see it all tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want you making change now, but building habits that allow you to continue to make change 20, 30, 40 years from now.
So I want to wink so bad at all my clients that have heard this for decades, right? It's like, listen to this. So all of us come together, and really what it is we're looking to change life. Corey is also a certified nutrition coach, and he does quick casts that you can get a chance to watch on his personal page. When did you start that? How long have you been doing your quick casts?
I would say I started those 4 or 5 months ago. I do a lot of blogs on our website, but I naturally just like to talk better than to type. So it actually was a deja vu. I encourage my gyms I work with around the world to find the outlet that fits them best. But then myself, I was doing more writing than talking. So then I flipped it. We still publish 3 to 5 blogs a day or a week on our website to help people. But now I can sit and talk, which I do much better than typing.
And you just mentioned about mentoring others and what you do with gyms. So tell us a little bit about this, and congratulations, by the way, with the accolades that you're getting. I know you don't do it for yourself, but again, the rewards are nice when you realize I am doing good in this world.
Absolutely. And I actually got mentored myself coming out of COVID when I was rebuilding. Because just like many gyms, COVID beat us down a little bit. But what I've became to quickly realize is, like, boutique gyms and coaches are the lifeline to change you could some say an epidemic running through America of unhealthiness. But a lot of them leave the industry in 3 to 5 years or close their gyms in 3 to 5 years because they can't support themselves. They can't live. So they have to go find other careers. And not only does that take someone that's extremely passionate about helping others and taking them out of our industry, but it's also depleting, every gym has 100 to 150 people that they change the lives of. And each one of those that closes, those people lose their support blanket, their community. And some of that they can't rebuild. And so I was proud to join the Two Brain Business team. We mentor gyms all around the world. And the goal of ours is to get gym owners to living a sustainable life, making the money they need to support their family, live their life, because ultimately they need to be happy and thriving in order to invest back in their members. And we're also big on creating careers. So a lot of, as you've probably seen it since you've been in the industry, a lot of coaches are part-time. So they're burning the candle at both ends. And the big thing we push for is, we still love those part-time passionate coaches. But can we create careers? And that's my proudest moment, is to have my full-time coaches. They're able to do what they love, change lives, and we need more of that. So,
absolutely.
I work with gyms from America, Australia, Switzerland, and so it's nice to just see it. And our goal is to just continue to build our industry and make gyms sustainable.
I love it. This man is just incredible in what he's wanting to do. But you hear that, right? That sounds very, very busy. So very early morning, he's starting clients in the morning and in the 5 o'clock hour or in the 4 o'clock hour, and then going all day. I mentioned before we show them our workouts that you had a post about quote unquote crashing. And I want to, I want first of all to give props to those that deserve it, our wonderful spouses. So this is Brittany. I want to give a shout out to my husband, Jim. They're right there with us and supporting us, but sometimes they've got to give us a wake up call of, hey, you got to be present with me, with your family. You also have two beautiful dogs. I love that you're a dog lover, an animal lover. So talk about what happened.
Yeah. So basically, and I guess it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I like to take on a lot and like to help a lot.
Yep.
But about, I would say 8-9 months ago, just my commitments overtook me. I do pretty good at living a balanced life. I also do a lot of outreach work with 2 different charities.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just gotten to the point where I was not giving 100% to my main things I need to give 100% to. So I was spread too thin. I ended up crashing pretty good. And so it really helped me, kind of connect more with the people I help, because they've gone through the same thing. They have busy families, busy careers. They try to invest in themselves. And it also gave me a chance to refocus and realign and balance things a little better. So I'm a big believer that nothing happens just out of bad. Like, we can always learn out from every experience. And that was one opportunity that I was able to learn, restructure. And now I'm actually working with more gyms. Our charity event just crushed it. We had a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And so I'm still able to do all the things I do, but I'm able to do it at a higher quality. And, Brittany and I have worked together on, we're building our family better. We're meeting on a more regular basis, making decisions. We're having cell phone curfews was a big thing we added in, so that I'm not, because especially working with my gyms, like, Australia's 17 hours ahead of us. So they're emailing me at weird times.
Exactly.
And I had let that interfere with my personal of checking emails at all hours, checking texts. And so we're strict now on a cell phone curfew. That's been amazing.
What is the curfew? What time do you turn it off?
So we turn it off by 8 p.m.
Good
That's why I actually missed some messages from you last night.
I will see it. No. This is so funny. Again, Corey Lewis, Xtra Mile Fitness, is my guest. I'm so glad you just said that, because literally, if you look at the timestamp, you'll be like, Monica, no.
Yep.
Because
and my coaches actually loved it, because I used to email them at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. And so now the morning is just 1 hour after we wake up. So we can't be on our phone for 1 hour. But the cool thing is we started this, and this kind of goes in with any healthy habit.
Yeah.
Like, we started with 1 hour after waking up and by 8 p.m. And now it's kind of grown. Like, last night, I think I plugged in about 7 p.m. Tomorrow, we actually have a staycation downtown in St. Louis. I probably won't even log onto my phone for several hours. So
that's a dream. Okay,
it's
Corey,
just building on it.
You're going to help me get there. I can't get there yet. You know how it is, right? You're a small business owner. This is almost 2 years in. There's still a lot of work to do. And if I'm not doing it, it's not getting done. However, I also love the fact that while I was reading through Corey, he was the same as me, which I think is a lot of people in this industry. I've got so much passion. I go, go, go. I also don't know if somebody can do it as well as I am doing it, which I read one of your posts saying I had to learn to relinquish control.
That's the hardest thing. Is I work with gyms, like, that delegating and leading. I'm fortunate to work with a leadership coach out of Canada, and just having that guidance and trusting others to take the reins and run with it has been massive, not only at my gym, but I work with the gym, a non-for-profit in North St. Louis, a Live for Life.
Yes.
And developing their team to run with it and support our kids. So, I don't have to be there just because it's hard for me to get there. And so a lot of that even got more defined when I did kind of hit that wall.
Yep. Linda just said, I love this. You are spot on, Corey. Yes, I know. And we all can learn from that. So whenever we do these shows, there's all this little education, and you get this aha moment of, okay, I do need to find balance. For those of you that are training with Corey or myself or somebody else, he talked about, again, 80-20. Yes, there's a balance in life. It's not the crazy extreme, which, although in this picture, for some of you, you're going to go, okay, wait, you're not getting ready to show me how to do this, are you? This is during his Sweat for Impact. And afterwards, they were just on the ground in complete sheer exhaustion. You did this for 24 hours straight?
Yep. So we actually, it's our 5th year of our event. We started Sweat for Impact right here at Xtra Mile, just 4 guys during COVID. And now it is actually in 10 gyms from Arizona to Indiana.
Wow.
And our proudest moment, the first year the 4 of us raised about $12,000 for Brace for Impact. That's a non-for-profit here in St. Louis, started by former Cardinal Kyle McClellan. And we actually currently, I say currently because we have another group of people doing the event tomorrow that couldn't join us on February 1st.
Oh,
We have raised just under $51,000 to support the kids in Haiti.
yes. And you had a chance to go there back in 2020?
I went there literally, a week before the world shut down with COVID. And then my wife, myself, and my general manager went down there again in 2023. We took a team down there again.
And so what did it mean to you as you look through these pictures and you see these kids? What did these pictures mean to you?
I actually always, when I talk with Kyle or other people, like, it couldn't have come at a better time going right before COVID, because it kind of put everything into perspective. And really, I've always been a positive, optimistic person, but like seeing what little those people have and how they're genuinely the most positive, nice people I've ever met, giving things to others. Like when we went to one of the villages, like they wanted to cook us dinner, even though they hadn't eaten in probably days.
Wow.
But it's like just their culture, their personality. And so seeing where it was, and, we were affected majorly by COVID. They were affected even more when you have nothing to start with. But just that, seeing the smiling faces, my wife and I actually each sponsor a kiddo in Haiti. So we contribute to them every month. But our goal is to take more of our members down. Right now, it's not possible to travel to Haiti. There's no flights in because of their civil war they're having. But our kids are thriving. Our orphanage has 43 kids that we care for, 7 days a week, 365. We have 4 moms that raise them. There's a few of the kiddos right there. And then our school now actually has 700 kids that we give an education to. We give careers to teachers. The best thing we do is we actually give meals to every kid in our school 7 days a week. On the weekends, we send food home with them. And then probably the coolest thing is we have a hospital that sees over 2,000 people a month. And in Haiti right now, there's actually not many hospitals still open. But we're one of the only, if not the only now, that treats people and then sends them an invoice. Most can't pay. But the thing in Haiti is most hospitals won't wait on you and help you if you can't pay first. And people don't have money. So our doctor actually grew up in an orphanage in Haiti, got his medical degree. Brace for Impact sends doctors down to help train. So like they're able to do surgeries now. They're able to do C-sections. They have a labor and delivery room. And then he also, so in Haiti, the higher up in the mountains you live, the poorer you are. And so you're, might be 2 miles up in the mountain. So our medical team actually goes out in the community. When we were down in 2023, Trevor Rosenthal, that played for the Cardinals, was with us, and he actually went with them up into the mountains. And again, like these people are very sick, don't have anything, and it was really eye-opening when we were there. A thunderstorm came in, and our shelter, our place we live is a house. We have a roof over our head, but like most of the houses around us had dirt floors with no roof, and they're sleeping in the mud. And it really just puts a different perspective on life and makes you, like, if I sit in traffic now, I have a total, like, it doesn't affect me anymore because I'm in a car on a road driving to a house. That in Haiti, they don't have any of those things.
Right. And again, it puts life into perspective. It makes you appreciate every second that you have, the breath in your lungs, the blessings that you have. If you feel you're all alone and you're going through whatever the struggle is, we are never saying that you don't feel those things, but we're hoping to not have you stay there. We want to try to motivate you, which is what we're doing this morning. In some way, I hope you're getting some inspiration, and wherever you are in life. I just saw Richard, and Richard, I did see your post your email to me yesterday, and what he's going through. I asked you to say some prayers from a physical standpoint of some pain that he's going through. He said, I got to tell you that you are all full of piss and vinegar this morning. I'm moving a little slow. It's okay, though. It's okay that you struggle, but we want to get you out of that. He said, energy through the roof, Corey. You fit right in with Monica. Yes, I agree with that. So, Corey, let's do this. One more quick break. I know I told you that we were going to give it to you after the break, but one more quick break. When we come back, again, maybe having a chair by you. I've got a bench right next to me, but Corey's going to show us some stuff, and then I'm going to tell you how you can get to work out with us and maybe to another level. But here's the thing that Corey's going to make sure is that no matter what level you are, if you are a beginner or you want to advance and really level up, they are there for you. And that is why he has been able to keep the gym open now for 13 years. People are coming. And one of the things that Corey mentioned to me yesterday, which is a true testament to a great coach or coaches, is that It's not necessarily making New Year's resolutions and doing the dip and the up and down and up and down. You have people that are going, no, I'm here. I'm in it. I'm sustained. And I want to level up, but I'm also going to watch new people come in, and I'm not going to ostracize them and go, oh God, get out of here. Like a lot of gyms do, right? We've seen
Absolutely.
that.
We want to extend a hand to everybody and lift them up. That's just our same motto with the charity is give them a lifting hand and help them on their journey.
All right, well, we're going to show you some exercises to help you on your journey, just to maybe even get you started so that you keep going and that it is a journey in life. And it's not this, I want to get there, I want to lose 50 pounds. Again, as we always say, you didn't gain that 50 pounds overnight. You're not going to lose the 50 pounds tomorrow morning. But if you stick with someone that really knows what they're doing and they're going to lift you up, they will get you to that journey, whatever that may be. All right, more with Corey Lewis with Xtra Mile Fitness when we return.
Are you looking for your own little slice of Italy? Then look no further than Viviano's. For over 20 years, Viviano's has been bringing you delicious Italian cuisine and more for dine-in or for you to enjoy at home. With local ingredients you can see on our shelves, it's no wonder you can taste freshness in our meals. Visit us today or go to vivianoscafe.com.
And I would love to see you, by the way, for a Mobile Monica, the week of the Big 500 celebration. It'll be March 6th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Viviano's in Fenton. And we are teaming up with Chef Mel's sauces, which, by the way, are absolutely amazing. Yes, we're talking about food. Yes, we're talking about fueling you up. And you might be like, wait a minute, I can't eat that. Really? We're talking about balance in life and earning it, right? So Corey Lewis, he knows all about that. Xtra Mile Fitness. He worked out crazy hard the other day with the 24-hour Sweat for Impact. And then you deserve that beer right there that you got.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to show them the workout, and then I want to come back to talk about it doesn't matter who it was, but someone in the industry evidently didn't agree with something that Corey had said or vice versa. And it could have made him completely lose his voice. I always ask you to find your voice and be able to speak and, have a communication with somebody and have respect for each other, whether you have a different mindset or not. So we'll discuss that in just a second. But okay, let's do this. For those of you that have been looking for some motivation, we're going to give you 2 exercises for core and for the lower body. So which one do you want to start with, Corey?
My favorite lower body is just a basic squat. We all need to sit down and stand up.
Okay. So take them through that for someone who's never done it or for someone who wants to level up and maybe they've been doing bad form for a while and they're hurting themselves.
Yep. So the big thing we teach, hopefully you can still hear me.
I can hear you.
Is when we set up, I don't know if you'll be able to see my feet, but we want our feet just outside our hips, about shoulder width apart.
Okay.
From there, we like to teach, if you're on a big clock, either point your toes at noon, or a lot of us are a little tight in the hips. Let's turn our toes out to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. From there, all we want to think about is as we go to squat, we push our hips back to initiate and just raise our arms up as we sit down into that squat, and then we squeeze our biscuits and stand up.
Do me a favor, show that to them sideways as well. So we'll show them different angles.
Let's see if I can get a better feet now.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So right here, we just want to think big, proud chest. My butt's going to push back. And I stand. And what we want to think about is that our feet just stay glued on the floor, and our knees will just push out slightly as we go to squat.
What's your mindset on knees over toes?
I am a fan of good movement. And so, in life, we're going to have moments where our knees extend out over our toes. So I believe if done properly, it's all safe for us.
Yep. So if someone has a hip injury or a knee injury or a back injury or an ankle injury, do you alter it for them? Do you change the angles?
Yeah. So a lot of our injury clients that come to us with injuries work with my head coach, and we'll have them squat to either a box or a chair. Sometimes we'll even not start them on squatting and work on some different movements we do to turn on and activate our glutes, our hamstrings, because a lot of times people's posterior has been shut off from years of sitting. So we'll build them in a strategic way. so that when they go to squat, it'll be safe and healthy. Chelsea will actually be in just a minute. She has a client later this morning that has 2 knee replacements.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe is 67, 68. And like his goal is to be able to fly fish because he's fearing that he won't be able to anymore, and that's his love. And so like he can't squat fully yet, but she's working on different things to build up his strength, get him healthy, because we want him trout fishing in the fall.
Absolutely. You got to do your fun hobbies and activities. Okay. So we're talking about a squat again. So I'm going to come over here. So I've got over here in the corner one of the plyo boxes that I have, which everybody seems to hate, by the way. But I also have a bench behind me. So do you have them depending on, again, their level or injuries, et cetera? Do you tell them, maybe pick one that's a little higher, try to tap the butt and come back up? Because we're trying to give them a point of reference.
So especially when they're first, sometimes it'll even be like, hey, let's sit and then stand from there. But then what we want to build it to is just kissing the bench or the box.
Yes.
Then we'll start lowering the surface from there.
Oh, yes. So what, from a height standpoint, what do you like? What do you think is best?
Ultimately, what we're shooting for is that their hip drops right below their knee for good range of motion. But we'll start some people, like we have boxes here that are 20, 24 inches tall. Some people that start on that and work our way down. We actually have a young lady here. She's in her mid-60s that has a lot of health issues from a childhood. And so she sits to a box and stands because that's where her motor patterns allow her to control. But it's giving them the tools that, as we age, we're able to stand up. If we fall down, we can get up. We've had clients start here that literally that's their goal is if they fall down, they want to be able to get up. And so we work on how to get up, how to squat, how to do things because we all want to be self-sufficient for a long time. So yes, this target high, and it might be a sit to stand. My 75-year-old dad works with one of our coaches, and his started as a sit down, stand up, and now he's able to work to a lower box where he's just kissing and standing.
What's your dad's name?
His name's John.
John, and then is your mother, let's see, I think she started, is her mom Sandy?
Yeah, she works out with Chelsea, and my dad works out with Jake. So
she just started following me on Instagram, and I think she's watching us on Instagram this morning.
Yep, she works out twice a week with Chelsea and is crushing it.
I love that. So again, if you're looking for something for lower body, we're talking about the squat. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, wait, well, I've heard about that or I've done that. Is that really going to help me? Yes. So we think about all these crazy things you see on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and whatever social media platform, and everybody's trying to outdo the next person. And there are people who are truly in the industry that know what they're doing. And then there's a bunch of other ones that are wannabes. And it blows the mind of someone who's really passionate, that knows what they're doing, that's trying to help you and not hurt you. It's like, let's go back to the basics that for decades have changed bodies. Maybe you could add in some things here and there, but we're talking about the fundamentals. And the squat is one of those. Changing the angles around. You've heard me do it in my motivational moments or down here just with my clients. I like that. I'm pushing through my heels more. I'm on the ball of my foot more, or I'm going out into a plie. Oh, it's getting in the inside. Yes. And I didn't even give them a weight yet. So it's all these light bulb moments. Yeah.
A lot of times people try to overcomplicate, and we see that's what burns people out. Like keep things simple, build off the basics. And that was actually kind of eye-opening as you're talking about COVID earlier and working out. Like we ran Zoom calls and Instagram, but like people didn't have a lot of equipment. We loaned out a bunch here, but we kept it simple and people still saw amazing results. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It's doing the proper things and building a solid core and working out from there.
Absolutely. So if someone's watching and going, oh, okay, I'm going to try the squat. Maybe I'll tap onto something a little bit higher. I can't get down that much, but I'm excited to try to go down deeper, deeper, deeper. How many sets, how many reps would you ask them to start with?
I'm just a fan of like small sets. So again, it depends on where you're at on the journey. If you've never done anything, keep it simple, 6 to 8 good quality sets, maybe resting a minute or two and then doing another. We can build up to sets of 10, sets of 12, sets of 15, and then start adding weight from there and challenging it in different ways. We're actually big fans. We use barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells, the whole gambit. But one of my favorites is a kettlebell squat or a dumbbell squat just to add in that core. And it's doable. A lot of people have that equipment at home. So if you have one dumbbell, we can do it. 2 dumbbells, you can do it. Kind of just add a different dynamic. The biggest thing is keeping the quality of the squat as we add weight, so that you're getting the full benefit and doing it safely and effectively.
Again, we're going gym to gym. This is my home gym. I told Corey I'm going to walk you around here. So we've got slam balls, we've got kettlebells, we've got dumbbells, we've got barbells, we've got a squat machine. We even have, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. So we've got a bunch of cardio equipment. So, and then all the way in the corner, you probably can't see it. It's behind the rower. It's something that's called the frog. Have you ever heard of this?
I don't think so.
All right. I got to take a picture. I'll send this over. So my clients know about it. I used to take it to the park. It literally mimics in a horizontal pattern, looking like a frog. So you're down, and there's a lot of influencers on Instagram, et cetera, that have done things with a barbell, and they'll have their feet up against it and you roll out. So you're doing a movement for the upper body where your feet are down inside of like a foot placement pattern, and then you are completely out in a horizontal plane and you're pushing for the upper body while the lower body is sustained. Then you sustain the upper body and your lower body is doing like mimicking a squat like we just talked about, and then you come up into a big pike, and then you go together, which looks like a frog, and it can either be in place or you can change it to where it actually rolls. I used to take it to the park and I would have them compete against each other. So yes, we can go crazy.
Yep.
Or we can
have fun with it. You guys are having, it makes it a little different.
Right. That's so key, right? Corey and myself and all other trainers that really want to get you to your goals. We don't want you to dread the workout with us.
Nope.
It's coming to say, oh my gosh, I can't wait to change my life, to be around the community that's like-minded. Linda just said, Corey, you're doing great things. Your childhood sounds like my son's friend, Corey. He moved to the St. Louis area. They lost touch after school. So if you have any questions, by the way, or you're thinking, well, maybe this is my community, I would like to be there. As we mentioned, we're going to be working out together, and we'll let you know whether it's going to be 6:30 or 9. I'll make the announcement for you here either later today or this weekend. It's going to be at Xtra Mile Fitness in Penton. So follow them on social media, look at their website, etc. Before we wrap up, what's a good core exercise that you like?
We're a big fan of just starting people with the basic plank.
Okay. So from a plank standpoint, and I love this, it's all about lining up. It's all about proper placement of the body and then being able to sustain it longer and longer. So I'm going to have you go down for me. And some people can't get down to the ground. So if you had to modify it, what would you do for a modification?
So we do it two ways. We either put a bar in the rack for them or at home, a countertop, a tabletop, a chair. We just want to change that angle. If we haven't done anything ever, maybe even off the wall would be a good place to start. We do two different versions. We do it some from the hands, like a push-up plank. We also do it from the elbows. They both work the same, very, very similar muscles, just some people like one or the other. We do have some members with elbow replacements, and so like the hand is a more comfortable position than their tender elbows. So it's really what fits you best. Obviously, if we're doing it off like an edge of a box or off a bar, we're going to want to be on our hands. And the biggest thing is just squeezing your belly tight. We always tell people to think about like you're about to get a ball thrown at you that surprises you, and squeeze your biscuits so we're nice and flat as we do it.
I love it. So, all right. And then from a time standpoint of how long you're trying to get them, if they're brand new and have never done a plank, what's their goal?
I would start with 15 to 20 seconds. Again, quality over just like, oh, I did it for this amount of time. Start for 15 to 20 seconds, rest. The cool thing with the plank is you can build it up, and people start seeing, wow, I can do it for 30 seconds. I know Coach Jake had my dad do it the other day for 45 seconds, which was built up. And so it's a cool way to, because we're big on celebrating milestones on the journey. We always have that big goal, but little wins along the way keep us motivated, keep us excited. And so like the plank is, for example, we can see significant changes where I'm going from 20 seconds to 30 to 45. And we can celebrate those moments to keep the journey more exciting.
Okay, if you'll do me a favor, take your camera down, show them a plank, whether it's on the floor. Okay, you do the floor, and then behind me, I'm going to show what he was just mentioning, which is the modification on a bench for those of you that cannot get down to the floor. So, Corey, as you can see, so go ahead and take them through that. So slowly down, again, not jumping down to the ground. He's doing a push-up plank.
The big thing is staying flat here, keep it nice and high.
Yeah, so you look at the...
Or we can go to our elbows.
There you go. And so one of the things, and as Corey's in that position, is trying to get them to where they are not with their butts way in the air. But some people
Yep.
are like, oh my gosh, I can't get into that position. So he might come in and out of it. So for me, I have a lot of clients, like Corey had just mentioned, that may have to do it against a bench, right?
Yep.
Or against some type of positioning. But what we don't want is that you're coming on here and you're doing this and your butt's way in the air and you're all closed up, or you're straining in your neck or in your upper shoulders, etc. But if you have to, you can be on a bench. And then isn't it amazing when they get the aha moment, Corey, of, oh my gosh, I'm transitioning from the bench and I think I might be able to go down to some lower apparatus. And then I think I
Yep.
might be able to try to get down to the ground. And but I always try to erase the word only or just. I just did 15 seconds, or I only did 30 seconds. That
I'm a
negative
huge fan of.
self-talk.
That's a huge thing for me is the words we use. So that's right up my alley.
See, I thought so. Because again, it's about lifting yourself up and then finding the community around you that lift up. And I love the fact that he mentioned start somewhere, 15 seconds. If you can do that, let's applaud that. Let's celebrate that win, and then getting you to hold it longer and longer. We're not trying to get you to hold an 18 or 24-hour plank like some of the world records, which for me, that just sounds boring.
Yep. Well, I presented yesterday at a local manufacturing company next door to us, and like that was our whole talk. Was a lot of those guys and gals work all day manufacturing surgical utensils, and like, hey, let's just start with getting 6,000 steps in. Like that's a massive milestone. We're getting movement. We're going from 500 to 1,000 because we're working hard all day.
Yep.
You're adding in movement. You're going to start seeing benefits, whether it's energy, how you start to look and feel, how clothes feel. Then we can add it up. But it's celebrate your wins, be on your journey.
Yes.
And the big thing we're a fan of is find a support group, whether it's your significant other, your kids, maybe a friend, a neighbor. Because it's more fun when you're with others. And also you're going to have ups and downs, good days, bad days.
Yep.
And the key is to just keep moving and to have those people that support you and want to see you win just as much as you want to win.
Amen to that. Again, Xtra Mile Fitness. If you've been looking for a place to work out and maybe you mix it in with other things you do. I mean, that's what I love is I used to do field trips at different gyms. I would love to see what other people were doing around town and then help them and support small businesses, right? Support those that support us. We want you to come out. So mark it on the calendar. If you can be there that morning, great. If not, maybe you check it out a little bit later. But on March 4th for the big 500th celebration, we're going to work out together. So before we wrap up, Corey, give me an idea of what we're going to go through that day.
I'm going to make something fun. So we haven't written it yet, but it's going to be something that's doable for all.
Okay.
Simple movements. We're going to do a little bit of some strength building and then a little bit of cardio to follow. And the best thing is our group's going to be high energy. Welcome everybody. It's going to be fun. And we'll end with some high fives and smiles at the end.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. We'll let you know the time of it all. I'm so glad that we started following each other on social media. That's the beautiful thing. People always seem to be talking about the negativity side of social media, but there are some beautiful relationships that can form personally, professionally. So thank you, my friend. I'm super excited for this.
Me too. It's going to be good, and we're going to change some lives, so I'm excited for it.
We absolutely are. All right. That's Corey Lewis. Again, Xtra Mile Fitness in Fenton. Check them out. Don't go anywhere. We'll wrap up and we'll let you know what's coming up for you next week. We'll be right back.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
Do you hear that word? Confidence. And that is exactly what we are looking to help you build. I loved it. Wasn't he great? What amazing energy. So do us a favor, take this show and share it with your friends, with your family. hopefully they'll hear something today that will really motivate them to keep going on their journey, or to get up and start the journey, keep the movement going. As we mentioned, a lot of people started their New Year's resolutions in January and then they dropped off, unfortunately. Well, we want to keep you going. Okay, so I always like to tell you what's coming up in the next week, because somebody said, Monica, do you have a calendar of the clients or sorry, the guests that you're going to have on? And we don't, because a lot of times, even like this, I literally just set that up with Corey yesterday. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes they're planned weeks and months in advance, but other times I might just get motivated by something in the evening and we wake up and it's like, okay, this is what the world needs to hear today. But we do have our plan for next week. And these have actually been set up for a little while. So you may have heard me say that I'm excited to bring a prior guest back on, or guests, but they weren't in studio last time. They were actually on the phone with us. So now we get to sit in the studio with Heather Kreider and Mark Schulman. Do you remember that name? Mark, he was a drummer for Pink. Yes, the singer Pink, for a long, long time, but now he is crushing it in the motivational speaking world, and so is she. In fact, they're out somewhere in some beautiful warm weather, and I think they're coming back this weekend just in time for our show on Monday. So they'll be on with us on Monday, and then on Tuesday, Caitlin Sinkowitz, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. She will be on with us. She's got a book called Building Your Team in Your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I want to thank one of my clients, actually, Katie Ross. She saw her speak somewhere and she's like, you've got to have this woman on your show. And then Joel Goldberg, he is a TV personality. He was with us on Fox 2 for a long, long time, left, I think about 15 years ago, went to Kansas City. He's still in the sports world with the Kansas City Royals, with Fox, but he's also a motivational speaker since 2017, and he's been doing some really incredible things. So 1, 2, 3, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And then we'll see if we'll be back with Jessica by chance on Thursday for a positive talk time, since she and her staff were a little bit sick. But I'll let you know. If it doesn't happen on Thursday, then we'll go into March, of course. And then we'll do some more. Maybe we'll be back down here in the gym possibly next Friday. You never know. Some exciting things to come, as I mentioned. So we are going to do several mobile Monicas, and we're going to start off again on March 4th now with Xtra Mile Fitness. That'll be the actual 500th celebration on Wednesday, Wednesday the 5th. I got to get my dates right. Wednesday the 5th, we will be at Hello Juice and Smoothie in Kirkwood. And then on the 6th, we will be at Viviano's in Fenton. So opportunities for you in the morning to work out on the 4th, at midday at 9 a.m. on the 5th, at 4 p.m. on the 6th. And hey, we still have an opportunity. If you want to join the big 500th celebration, you've got a breakfast spot or a coffee house, or you've got a big venue for a big final celebration, reach out to me, because this weekend I'll be wrapping up everything and giving the full-blown rundown to everybody. We just obviously booked the fitness side yesterday, but what about fashion? Do you have a really beautiful boutique that you would like us to go to? Because these are pulling all my absolute hobbies and loves and all the things that we do in our brand together. So I'd love the fitness side, love the fashion side, love the entertainment side, the foodie side, doing some great wine drinking together, because we do our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. So a lot that we would like to pull in. Speaking of drinking wine together, have you heard about our collaboration with Shop Wine Girl or Wine Girl? They've got actual locations in Scottsdale and Napa Valley. So if you or someone you know is visiting those areas, actually go in and see them. Otherwise, you can go to shopwinegirl.com and get some of the most adorable sweatshirts for you or somebody else that's a wine lover in your family. I showed you the hats earlier, socks and tumblers, and they've got a bunch of dog toys. These are just some of the pictures of what they have. You use the code TheRealMonicaAdams and you get 15% off. I've seen some of you that have already placed your orders. Michelle and I are getting really excited. Can't wait for our sweatshirt. She's got the Corks Are for Quitters. And then I've got Wine Girl. And I'm sure I'm going to be buying more as we get into different colors. But I'll let you know from a sizing standpoint if it's pretty true to size. We'll help you with all of that. But I'm just excited because that's one of our newer collaborations. There's a lot of things that we're looking to do for you in 2025 where we get you discounts on different things. Speaking of which, I'm going to be doing an interview with the owner of a watch company that is in Australia, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And there's so many things, right? We love to support women-owned businesses, but it's also the fact that this particular lady she really stands out because she's in a very male dominated industry. So her name is Susan Galvin, and I want you to check out galvinwatchcompany.com. Beautiful watches, first of all. And, I was asking her, are they male specific or female specific? They're unisex and they're beautiful. And she's not only the one that makes them, she also does all the repairs. And we're going to talk to her in about a week and a half, actually. We're going to have her on. And I believe we're going to do something really cool, which is to hold an auction, whether that be silent or maybe live at one of the 500 celebrations, where we raise money. She would like to do it for a children's charity. So maybe you start letting me know about some charities that are near and dear to your heart that we can tie in, but we'll do an auction so that one of you can win one of these gorgeous watches and all that money going to a charity. It's going to be a lot of fun. Julie said, I want to get for me and my cousin. You want to get a watch or you want to get the wine girl sweatshirt? You got to let me know. We're talking about a lot of things. Julie, which one of those? Let me know. So Michelle, thank you so much. There it is. galvinwatchcompany.com, again, out of Australia. So what does that mean? That we're going to get a bunch of new people watching from another country. We do our shows in Italy. We did. And then we've had people on Casa d'Alfonso. We just had Paola, Cooking with Paola and Chianti. We talk about Italian food with Trattoria Marsala and Viviano's. And a lot of people start thinking about Italy. So I love the fact that we're reaching people all over the country and out of the United States. So hoping to get a bunch of new people from Australia or from Finland, because that's actually where she grew up. So Susan, can't wait to visit with you. And you remember Sarah Franco from Invita Health and Wellness? Her husband, Brandon, is actually in collaboration with the Galvin Watch Company. So he's going to give us the local personal connection. So that'll be coming up for you, as I said, in about a week or so. I'll let you know when that's going to come on. So 17 hours difference, right? So one of us might be having to do the interview at midnight. All right, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful Friday. That's a rundown of some things to come. Thank you so much. There we go. Julie said wine girl. Corks are for quitters. All right, Julie, we'll go ahead and go on to the website shopwinegirl.com. Michelle did put the link in for you that you can just click on directly. Or if you go to shopwinegirl.com and when you go to checkout, just put in The Real Monica Adams. Make sure you got THE, The Real Monica Adams, for your 15% discount. And then we can all take pictures and share them together. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Have a beautiful Friday. Maybe do what Corey mentioned, which is a wine curfew. Shut it down, shut it off, and be present with your family. I'm looking forward to going to dinner tonight with the man who started Responder Rescue. Maybe we've got some exciting things to come for 2025. And then I'm also going over to get a yummy bowl here in about an hour at Hello Juice and Smoothie. So hello to Jen Manus. I can't wait to see you as we get ready for our big show. And then just enjoying a beautiful weekend with my doggies, with my husband, loving on them a little bit more and appreciating the blessings. That's what life is all about. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, share this now after you've gotten your own inspiration. Don't just leave it there. Share it with all your followers and let's just spread it like crazy so that we continue to grow this platform and go for years and years and years. I love you all dearly. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the kindness. You be kind to someone else and we'll see you Monday morning.